If you the boss, be accountable. What's up, y'all? It's AJ Simmons with the Clean Biz Network coming in this morning. I want to talk about being accountable, okay? Be accountable for everything that goes on in your business, okay? Even if you have workers who are cleaning an account for you and they lose the account due to poor service, guess whose fault that is? It's yours. As the owner, as the manager, as the one that's running this thing, as the person that hired that employee, this is your fault, okay? It's your fault. Let me explain how it's your fault. Because if that person didn't clean well enough, maybe you didn't show them how to clean well enough, okay? Maybe you didn't show them good enough, okay? Or maybe they lost their drive. Maybe they knew how to clean it well enough, but they didn't have the drive to bring it every single night. Maybe they only bought it one night a week, and then the other weeks they just kind of skated through. Well, whose fault is that? That's also your fault because you created a culture, whether consciously or subconsciously, to allow that type of behavior, okay? My motto is no days off. And so what they know is that means in terms of effort, don't take a day off. Now, the joke is we mean no days off in general. Like if they take a day off, they're going to get fired. Because I do have a track record of firing quickly when it comes to people taking a lot of days off. But that's only because I know that most of these accounts, you only in them up to 4 hours max. Okay, a lot of times you can get out of these accounts within 1 or 2 hours. Okay, so I feel like if you got all night to clean it from 5 o'clock in the evening till 9 a.m. the next morning when the business open, you mean tell me out of all of those hours throughout the night you can't figure out a way to squeeze in 4 hours worth of work? You know what I mean? So that's why I'm very strict on people calling in. But most importantly, they know that I mean no days off in terms of effort, okay? So that we don't take effort off, okay? Like you got to bring that effort every single time. And the reason why they can actually respect that when I put it out there and it's not just some old bull crap thing where we say it but don't practice is because I do it, okay? They see me put that work in. They saw me put that work in. They know what I'm about when they ask for something. I get it to them, whether it's the supplies or whatever the case may be. But we try to do our best to hold them down. I keep it straight up with them. I keep it real with them. And so in return, I think that's how they reward me, by just bringing it. Now, am I saying my people are perfect? No. They make some mistakes sometimes, but I own up to it, okay? I take ownership. I take accountability, okay? And you got to be accountable for that. And a lot of you that don't even have employees yet, you might be cleaning yourself and then you get a complaint for the customer. Well, you need to shut the hell up and listen to what the customer is saying, okay? Yes, I got to say it straight like that because that's what it is, okay? As an entrepreneur, you can't be in your feelings when them customers come to you and tell you when something is wrong, okay? Now, every blue moon, you might get these rare cases where you got customers just flat out can't be satisfied. And in those particular cases, quite frankly, I like to fire those customers because we don't have time for it, okay? This is a thankless business and everybody ain't going to be happy and there's always going to be something wrong. And you can learn from each time that something is wrong. But what we're not going to do is be abused and just let somebody run all over us just for a piece of paper, okay? For a check. We're not going to do that, all right? But if a customer has a complaint and it's valid, learn from it, okay? If she's saying that it looks like you didn't vacuum last night and you know damn well you didn't vacuum last night, then you need to step up your vacuum game, okay? Make sure you bring it next time and going forward. Don't have the same mistake twice either. If you get a complaint about the vacuuming one time, don't let it happen again. Make sure if they ever complain about something else, it won't be that, okay? Maybe it'll be the windows or something next time, but the damn sure ain't gonna be the vacuuming again, right? Because we're gonna vacuum from wall to wall going forward. And that's another thing. Meaning I'm gonna stick on vacuuming because that's a very common complaint I've heard in my past. If you're gonna hear about vacuuming, maybe you are vacuuming, but you spot vacuuming. You trying to rush through it. If you know you ain't get it from wall to wall and they expect you to get it from wall to wall, then get it from wall to wall. If you don't want to get it from wall to wall every night, then guess what? You shouldn't have put it in the contract, okay? And then for my franchise owners, if it's in your contract and you didn't make the contract, well, you shouldn't have accepted that account from your franchise if you didn't want to do it every single time, okay? Honor the scope of work. If it's in there, if you're independent and you the one who put that in there, so you definitely should honor it. And then for the franchise owners, you should have read that scope of work and looked at it before you accepted that account. And once you accept that account, you made the agreement to honor that scope of work. Okay, so do it. Business is about simply doing what you say you're going to do. So come through. You know what I mean? If they paying you every month on time, would you like for them to just some months, if they say they're gonna give you $1,000 a month, they say, well, this month I'm gonna only give you $950, because I mean it ain't that big of a difference. You shouldn't say nothing. It's close enough. Well, I'm gonna give you $939 this time, and the next time I might give you $1,005. No, you want consistency, right? With your check, you want consistency. So why don't you think the customer expect consistency with the service? Okay, step it up. This is business. This ain't no job. Ain't no calling in sick. Ain't no, well, I ain't feel good today, so that's why I ain't get the toilet the way I was supposed to get it this time. Don't nobody give a fuck about none of that. When it comes to business, ain't no feelings involved, okay? When they call and they say, well, why didn't you do this? You come back and you say, well, I had the flu, but I still came out. You don't get no brownie points for that. You know how they bring up Jordan flu game and they be like, dang, he put up 40 and he still had the flu. See, if you would have put up 4 points, but he had the flu, nobody would have really cared. Like they would have said, well, he only had 4 points in a playoff game. He shouldn't have played if that's how he was gonna play. And that's how we feel in business. If you came in and you only did a half-ass job because you were sick, well, you should have came. You should have sent somebody else, or you should have called the customer and gave them a credit for that day, or either rearranged to change the schedule and make that clean up another day or something. But you gotta bring it, okay? You gotta bring it. And really, if you can, you shouldn't try to miss a clean period. You should always find a way to stick to the contract that you agreed to. That's the way it is. You said you could do it, now do it. Period. Straight up. I mean, ain't nothing else to say but that. Be accountable for your actions, okay? Step it up. Be consistent every single night. Get better and better. If you know that you've been dusting and wiping every single night, find some spots that you ain't been getting every night. You know what I mean? Step it up. Bring it every single time. That's what helped me to prepare to that next level and be successful in this business. And that's what I want to tell you, how you can get there as well. Thank y'all for listening. AJ Simmons with the Clean Business Network. I will talk to y'all soon. Thank you.